Hi guys, today I would like to talk to you about one of the favorite notes for me in summer, which is fig. And today we're going to start with the most, I think, famous, a gold standard fig fragrances, which is Philosykos by Diptyque. It is just a absolute stunner of the fragrance. It is both watery fresh. It is green from a fig stems. There's fig fruit, slight sweetness, and a little bit of woody aspects, not becoming overly woody either. I mean, it's very refined, very, very classy. I can imagine for any occasion. And to be honest, I can imagine all throughout the year. I think it's, if you don't know any about fig fragrances, I think this is the first one to try because it's definitely a gold standard. As we continue, I would like to mention a brand, Hellenist, and this fragrance is À l'ombre d'Artémis. I'm sorry, I never learned French, so I might butchering it, but it is just a gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous fragrance where, I mean, juicy fig together with slightly sappy black currant and green leaves, a little bit of woody nuance. I mean, it all gives you the vibe of Mediterranean Sea. I mean, the Hellenist is inspired by Greece, so this does bring you, does feel like you're somewhere on vacation drinking cocktails. This is absolutely wonderful. I think it is because it's quite green. It is less fruity and more green. I think it goes for anyone. It is completely unisex. Next, I would like to talk about Hazel by Byredo. So what makes the Hazel stand out between all of the fig fragrances, and not only these but also the ones that I don't own but have tried, is that fig here is green, so you have more of a green, not as ripe kind of a fig, maybe more of a fig leaves rather than the fruit itself, and it's all wrapped in very powdery, creamy iris. There are also some woody aspects in the base, but altogether the fig, the green fig, is very much wrapped in this very sophisticated iris cloud. So it is the, I believe, the most elegant out of all the fig fragrances. It is very white color. I can imagine this fragrance to be worn for office, clinics. I mean, it is very sophisticated, not offensive, not screaming. So if you wonder how fig would go with iris, I really recommend trying it. As we continue, I would like to talk about L'Herbolario Fico. This is completely different from the previous one because this is mostly about the fruit itself. So here we have fig that feels like scooped out of the fruit. You have this fig pulp together with mandarin and blackcurrant, and altogether it feels super juicy, mouth-watering, quite sweet. There's also coconut water that makes it dessert-like, more sweeter. There are also some woody and little bit green aspects, but it is very, very fruity, very juicy. Um, I I love this fragrance whenever I just want to feel, uplifted. It's quite vivid, joyful kind of a scent. The only downside of this fragrance, I would say, is the fact that it's not that much of a long lasting, so you need to bear that in mind. So yeah, but they have 10 ml travel sizes. This is a 50 ml. I believe they have released a bigger bottle as well, but if you, I mean, it's quite convenient, lovely bottle that you can always take with you if needed to refresh. Another of cheapies, if we may say so, is a Fig and Vetiver by 4711. I have spoken about this, I believe, definitely last year. I was raving about it. It is just excellent, excellent, very unisex, top-notch kind of a fragrance where the fig with vetiver, they both go along. It's not one screaming and someone in the backbone. I mean, they're all both at the same level. And as the fragrance dries down on your skin, you get more of that woody aspect. But though at the beginning you get it as a vetiver, as it dries down, it becomes more creamy. It feels as though you have a fig and creamy sandalwood mix on your skin. So I absolutely loved it. Still do. I made a dent, I believe, in the first months when I got it. I just couldn't stop. That's the thing with it. When you start spraying it, you just can't stop. You just can't. As we continue, I would like to mention Meraki. I have spoken about this fragrance before. This is a fragrance that combines very sweet, natural smelling wild strawberries with fig. There are also green and woody aspects. I would say, at least to my nose, it is mostly about fruits and wood together. So I believe it's more sweeter and warmer kind of a fragrance. Um, it is very, very sweet in the opening, and then it dials down as it dries down. I absolutely love it, especially when you're in the mood for something fruity. And I haven't smelled any wild strawberries in any fragrance whatsoever. I mean, I have smelled strawberry fragrances, and they more smell like strawberries or maybe some chemical strawberry vibe. But if you have eaten wild strawberries, actually picked them up and eaten in your life, you will know that this smells exactly like wild strawberries with fig rather than just regular strawberries. So another fragrance that I would like to talk about is Pulp by Byredo. So this is like a fruit punch. I mean, it's just so juicy. Oh my God. It feels like a fruit cocktail, like a punch or something. I mean, I do get fig here, but there are also other fruits, and it is just so, it smells so delicious. And I am one of those people who don't like calling fragrances delicious because I usually steer away from gourmands and too sweet of a fragrances, but this is just a most wonderful fruit punch there is. And the only thing that I have to say is that I've heard that it's been discontinued. This is just, oh my God, this is just so nectar-like. So if you like very juicy, more realistic like of juicy fragrances, I would recommend trying this. And last but not least, a Matière Première Parisian Musc, which actually doesn't have any fig note listed, but the amber seed, cedar, and musks together create this very realistic fig-like fragrance. It is very clean. I wouldn't say clean smelling, but very elegant fig vibe. So musky fig vibe. I think it is a questionable topic whether some people do perceive it as fig and some don't, but I get a lot of cedar in here and it gives a little bit of figgy vibe. So that's why I just wanted to mention. There are more fig fragrances that I would like to try and would like to add to my collection. There is Carl Kling, I believe was the brand name. He has two fig fragrances, and one of them is more fresher, and the other one is with iris and feels like a fig iris lipstick. It is just stunning and beautiful fragrance. I would like to retry Santal Greenery by Dries van Noten, and I'm quite interested in trying others such as De Basser by Diasendurga. And yeah, I mean, there are more other quite a lot of fig fragrances which are, I think, worth to try. So I would like to know, have you tried any of these? Maybe you have other fig fragrances that you like and would like to recommend. So let's talk about that in the comment section. Talk to you later. Bye.